It seems like forever since I've actually reviewed the anime of One Piece, but a pretty good episode to review because you knew it was going to be an important episode. Why? Because the starting scenes of the episode was Sanji approaching Luffy after Luffy collapsed from hunger. I guess the final few moments of the previous episode were brought into which opened up this episode before the actual opening song. So I can't remember the last time that's actually happened. And indeed it was, because it was Sanji's revelation, finally getting off his chest what he wanted deep down inside. And I guess it starts off with Sanji approaching Luffy with the basket. Sanji says, Luffy, you do whatever you want, regardless of other people. We know this from the start. Sanji, obviously, Big Mom's plan of being slaughtered just to make sure the Straw Hats escape. And obviously the Baratie doesn't get targeted, which is why he gave 3 reasons as to why he can't leave. This third and final reason is, even though his dirtbag of a family treated him like crap, he still doesn't want him to die like this. So, and that's the reason why he can't leave. He can't abandon the wedding. So he's going through with this. Luffy munches back up. By the way, he looked mummified in this episode. Luffy looked like he aged about 30 years. And then once he ate Sanji's cooking, even though it looked atrocious because it'd been dropped and attacked by dogs, much like what happened with Solar, obviously Luffy not only identified that Sanji's cooking is the best, he also identified that you have each of the Straw Hats' favourite foods in this. You have like Frankie and Sanji's hamburgers and sandwiches. So, which I've been seeing that episodes ago, it seems like. Luffy back to life almost, seemingly. And then when he talks about not leaving Whole and Luffy get lost, take the crew and go, that's where Luffy gets pissed off. And this time he actually attacks Sanji, punches him through King Bomb. And even though it just focused solely on Sanji and Luffy, the voice acting and I guess the art style animation was on point, I thought. And Luffy just punching the hell out of Sanji straight through King Bomb. Poor King Bomb, he's already been slaughtered by Monday, and now he's been slaughtered by Luffy's punch with Sanji going straight through it. So, and then Luffy says, "Yo, say what you really feel." And that intense look of Luffy, we've seen it a couple of times already. It's the 80s Lobby 2.0 moment for Sanji, where Sanji really feels deep down inside what he wants. He thinks about each of the crew and cooking for them again, and he says, much like Robin did, "Take me with you, I want to live." Sanji says, "I want to." He doesn't scream it out, but he says, "I want to go back to the Sunny." But I can't abandon my family, even though they're scumbags. And Luffy says, "Of course you can't, because that's the person you are. You're kind, and that's why I'm going to help you." And Sanji comes up and pretty much says, "I can't do this alone. I can't escape this, so I need help." And this is exactly what Luffy said to Robin. Luffy says, "I got you." Same thing here. So I appreciated that. It brought back the feels. And the moment when Sanji said that, did you hear the orchestra instrumental of the very first opening of One Piece? And I thought that was such a great touch. This is a great episode. Even though it focused directly on Luffy and Sanji, I guess the resolution, finally Sanji coming to grips with what he wants and now asking Luffy for a hand. In the preview, it looks like we've got an interesting twist going on along with Capone. And boy, that would not be the episode without mentioning the end, which was spoiled in the preview. Happened sooner or later. Plus, we got a reveal of his voice actor. By the way, Katakuri, the Third Street Commander, he looks tall as hell. My God, I mean, the anime made him a lot taller than he seems in the manga. So I don't know what that surprised me, but just caught me off guard. It wasn't really much of a spoiler for when we actually do get his full introduction. His full appearance. Right now he's covered up. He's tall as hell, and he's got a pretty badass voice actor, I thought. And he already gave us those are manga readers a clue to it. We know what his abilities are. For those anime originals, anime owners that don't know, he kind of teased what some of his abilities are when he said, "Oh, the door's going to open up the door." And Katakuri's like, "No, don't bother, because it's going to open up anyway." So that's a hint into what his abilities are. And obviously, now things have been resolved between Luffy and Sanji. Now the question is, Sanji's going to resolve things with the rest of the crew, and then they're going to make plans for how they're going to get Vincent out of this jam we know we're putting. And I guess Big Mom still isn't aware of what's going on with Brooke. And I said this from the beginning, but Brook, the MVP of the arc, coming through in the previous episode with not only the World Poneglyph copy, but also the Rio Poneglyph, which is going to get to Robin. So that was kind of cool. I actually forgot about that Brook actually copied the other two Poneglyphs as well, but that I'm glad that got clarified. Nami's going to have a moment with Sanji next week, so I can't wait for that. All in all, it was a great episode. It really brought the essence of what One Piece is, the emotion. The opening scene was Sanji approaching Luffy, and then we went into the opening. So that doesn't happen every day. So that's when you know this is an important episode, and indeed it was. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Bye.